Hello, Michael. Michael Jackson.
Officer,
Hello. My name is Lucas Bryan. Have you ever heard of me?
uh, I'm sorry. Do I know you?
Um, I'm here to. We met before. I'm here to ask you some questions about the the case that you're in right now.
Uh, I don't know
The
what you're
one that you,
talking about.
the one that you have been denying.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, officer.
Okay, so Michael, I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, just basic questions first.
Oh,
Um, so how many children come in your house a day?
well, you see, I just have as many children that want to stay in my house. They come and they go as long as they want.
All right. Um, so what do you do with the children? Do they play around? Because some of them have been in your bedroom, and that's the court case we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out a case about you being sexual, having sexual actions with the children that you're bringing to your house.
Well, I'm not having any sexual interaction with them. I'm just trying to keep them comfortable. They come up to me. They're like, Michael, I think I want to sleep with you tonight in your bed. I'm like, okay, that makes you happy. I'll do it for you. You know,
And do these children have, if you ask your parents, do they ask their parents to do it?
ask the parents to do what?
To sleep with you in the bed?
They don't need to.
They don't need to.
The parents aren't there.
Where are the parents, all the parents of these children?
They
Where
drop
are they
them
located?
off. They pick them up whenever they want to. Whenever the kids want to. I think that the kids should stay at my house as long as they want. If they don't want to leave, then they don't have to leave. As long as it
All right.
makes them happy.
Do these For these kids to be placed in your household? Um, you you basically have these kids. How many? Where are the kids? How long have some of the kids stayed in your household?
Well, it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
So we have when we were searching your house, we have found a number of suspicious things placed in your bedroom. There are cameras all around the house, except your bedroom. Is that right? Am I
Oh,
correct?
yeah. I like my
And
privacy.
we have found a bunch of pills, roofies.
Well, you see, they're not roofies. They're what do they call it? It's not coming. It's not ringing a bell. Wait, let me just think for a quick second. They're called. It's on the tip of my tongue, sir. Just let me think. Um, they're not roofies. They're rib. That's what they're
They're
called. Or rupees with a P, not an F. A rupee. Rupees. Yeah.
um, I'm not quite sure what you're saying.
Uh, they're not roofies. They're rupees with a P.
So you have children. You have Paris Jackson, Michael Joseph Jackson Jr., and Prince Michael Jackson. He was just recently he the second.
Yeah,
You were born on August 29, 1558. Is
of
that correct?
course.
All right. and you had unsuspectingly faked your death on June 25th, 2009.
Well, you see, I don't think it like that. It was just a little getaway.
Why have you faked your death? When we were in the case of the children, you had, in the middle of the case, the day that we announced the case to be brought to court, you had suspiciously been you had OD'd, overdosed on sleeping pills, and you were pronounced dead. But
Yeah.
now we're here in 2020, and for some reason you are still alive.
Well, I wasn't quite dead. I was just tired.
So you had been asleep for almost 11 years.
Well, I, I'm a I'm a big s- I'm a big sleeper. I'm what does they call it? I can't quite get the word, but
So
yeah.
your siblings, Janet Jackson and Latoya Jackson,
What about
have
them?
you seen your brothers and sisters?
Uh, I haven't got to them yet. I have to keep up with all this new technology. I don't know how to work it quite yet.
All right. And some of the kids that you have brought into your home do not want to be in your home, and they had told us horror stories.
Horror stories. What
You
like
chasing them around
uh, we were
with a
playing
syringe.
tag.
Oh yeah.
Playing
Okay.
tag. Yeah, the kids wanted to play tag,
And
so
they had been. You gave all the bad kids what you were saying, orange juice, and they went right asleep when they drank that orange juice. Can you explain that?
well, you see, I honestly don't know. I just gave orange juice to some of the first few kids when they came over just for a drink. I asked them apple juice, orange juice, what do you want? And they're like orange juice. So I gave it to them and they would fall asleep. So after a while I was like, well, I guess the orange juices they make the kids fall asleep. So they help them.
Okay, that makes sense. We're just trying to clarify. You have a bunch of number of quotes that are pretty impressive. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself, then make that change.
Yeah, yeah, just like how I wanted the world to be a better place. I thought what does they call it, the blacks, they were a plague to the earth. So I made a change. Now I'm white, so
Uh,
make
can
the world
you
better.
can you explain why you had changed your skin color,
Well, I just
your
explained it.
race?
I had to make the world a better place. The blacks, they're making this world terrible.
Bleach your skin for that.
Yeah, I changed my race. I made the change. Now
There's a
it's
number of tests
up to
here.
everyone else to.
The number of tests here says that you do not have vitiligo, and you had explained to everyone that you had vitiligo, that it would change your color white. You didn't want to have the white spots all over your race, your skin. So you had bleached your skin.
You see, well,
Here,
I think they butchered that statement a bit. I meant I didn't want any black spots on my body. I like the vertigo, whatever the hell it's called. I don't even know anymore. It's been like 10 years. But yeah, I didn't like the black spots. I liked it. I liked me turning white, but it wasn't quick enough, so I just had to do the job for it.
Okay. I'm just you'll be the county sheriffs came to your door and your your first charges of sexual abuse were leveled. You had intentionally sex with a 13-year-old Chandler, and that's about it. Can you explain why you had sex with this boy?
Well, I didn't have sex with the boy. I'm not. That's not who
And
I am.
that was in a 13-year-old prompted the 2005 trial. You were acquitted with 10 felony counts, including 4 counts of child molestation and 1 attempted child molestation on another boy named Jason Fresh Garcia, whose mother worked for you
You see,
as a
sir.
housekeeper
You see,
for my
officer.
son.
They're all liars, okay?
And she had testified under the oath that she was molested by Jackson during the 5 number of young men who swore that Jackson showed the pornography and masturbated to them. So you had masturbated to pictures of boys and girls of the ages 7 to 12.
I'm I'm telling you, officer, that's not how the story is, okay? That's not my story. My story. They sexually assaulted me. They molested me. I couldn't do it. They ganged up on me. I couldn't do anything. There was like 12 things in me. I couldn't even keep track. And then they
Why
said I was doing it.
why
That
didn't you scream for help, or
I tried to.
why didn't
They
you?
duct taped my mouth shut.
All right.
It was a terrible time. Like,
There was evidence and proof, and you would seduce the children with a lot of gifts like jacuzzis and grooming. You these kids were very. They wanted to be with you for these reasons,
well,
but you had targeted the boys from the troubled families.
you see, I saw these little kids. I was heartbroken on how terrible their lives were. So I try to help them, you know, try to give them the things they never had. You know, I like I said before, I want all the kids to be happy. I don't want anyone with a frown on their face.
Even their families got the similar treatment.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help out. I don't want any.
And you had give the parents of the children limos and private jets to, and you have taken them shopping to
Well,
a vintage wine cellar in Neverland, the one that you had sexually assaulted in Las Vegas. Along, you had gave her a diamond bracelet for the kids to stay in your home, and they were testifying against that. But you had declined all of the charges.
well, cause
It
I don't.
says here both Robinson and Safejock previously testified under the oath that Jackson never touched them, but there was a good reason to believe them because they're telling the truth now. Now, Ron Zonin A prosecutor in 2005 trial has been tried many times for a sex abuse case, but he told me to understand that Wade Robinson and Jim Safehook came out with what they did instead of when we needed him. The mail, you had many charges, and so what I see here, you had these charges, you have about 10 charges here. Oh my god. So one of the charges was there's no dispute that at age 34, Michael Jackson slept with more than 30 nights in a row in the same bed with Jordy Chandler at the boys' home house. You had been to their house, Jackson.
Well, yeah, they invited me over.
Yeah.
It would be impolite of me to not show up.
And you had paid $25 million to settle the Chandler's lawsuit, with $18 million going to Georgie and $2.5 million going to each sub. And they shut. And Francisco also got $22.4 million too. Why you
Well,
want to give all this money to the parents and the children?
well, you see, they seemed unhappy, and I didn't like that, so I, I thought of giving them money.
Was this possible? I don't want to be accusing you of anything right now, but I'm just reading it. Is it possible that you have been giving them the money so they would not say anything about the charges to not get you in trouble?
Well, that's totally wrong because I
But
am.
the trial had come up again, and then you had died 4 years later when the trial was about to come up. You had died 4 years later, but you had faked your death, and the trial was put to rest until now, today, when I'm speaking to you, and you are not deceased.
Well, I'm a heavy sleeper, you know. I didn't try to fake my death. That's what the media told you. I was just sleeping. I was just having a nice nap, having a nice decade nap. Is there something wrong with that, officer?
No,
Then why are you accusing me of such awful things?
because they were proved against you.
By who?
And in the 2002 documentary, I'm pulled out here. The boys even admitted it. Living with Michael Jackson. Jackson told me Martin Bashir there was nothing wrong with sharing bed with boys.
And your point is?
Two of the Jackson, Jordy Shad and Robinson committed suicide. Both are estranged from their sons at the time. And it was possible that it was your fault for their suicide, for their past being deceased.
Well, if I knew they were going through tough times, I would have stepped in. I I didn't know this stuff was going on. I would have definitely changed my ways if they.
Michael, sometimes money doesn't help people in these
No,
ways.
I would have changed my ways. They never told me this. I didn't realize I was making them feel unhappy.
And it says here. So you have where did you go? You Michael, you You still live in Indiana, United States. Is that correct? Gary, Indiana, United States.
Yeah, that's correct.
You were born there.
Yeah,
Where were you when you were pronounced dead, deceased?
I was in a hotel.
You, you were approximately 11 years. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And I'm just pulling up your file right here. It says here I'd buy a wait a minute. I'm just pulling up right here.
I'm sorry. I'm remembering right. I died in my house. I'm so sorry for saying hotel. My memory's
The
a little foggy after being asleep for 10 years.
for 10 years
11.
approximately. But it says on your file here we had found you. You had gotten a house in Cuba
Yeah.
in Miramar. It is 5 bedrooms and 3 showers.
Yeah. So, what are you trying
In
to...
Havana. You had bought a house in Havana. But you had bought this June you had bought this June 27th, 2009. That was let me see here. That was 2 days.
Well, officer...
And you had been in the hotel.
Huh?
And there was multiple accumulations that you were alive in this. People do not. There were many children in this area. Do you have anything to say with that?
Well, I don't choose where parents decide where to have the children, but wait a second, someone's
And the
calling me.
children, the children, all of all of the children that have been with you have been deceased. They had committed suicide in Cuba. We have no proof against the your file in Cuba because we have yet to see your house. Is it okay if we investigate that house that you had purchased in Cuba? Hello, Michael? Michael, are you there? Michael? Michael? Michael?
Hello?
Michael?
Sorry,
Yeah.
my associates.
All right. So, is it okay if we investigate the house that you had purchased in Cuba in January 27th, 2009? June 27th, 2009.
Okay, I don't... Sure, I guess. I don't know if it's still under my possession after my uh, presumed death.
Um, we'll look into it. And
Okay.
it says here that you have purchased the house for 180,000 CUC. Then
Correct.
the owner of the house is, what's his name over here? Destrada La Fichada.
Okay.
Were you intentionally trying to fake your name?
No, why would I do that? I would never try to fake my name.
Okay.
I would never be ashamed of my name. Michael Jackson.
All right. So your address here is what? Okay, I'm gonna send some associates there, maybe in a week or two,
Okay.
and we'll investigate. Right now, the house is for rent, and some of the reviews there said they had found uh, blood stains on some of the beds, and used condoms.
Well, it's not under my possession. I haven't been there since I bought it.
And there are chains in the basement, and there's teeth. They said that they had found teeth on the ground,
Well,
and
that
some of some of the children who had been deceased from your proposal from being with you in Havana, Cuba, they were missing some teeth. Actually, one of them. Do
well,
you have anything to say about
cavities. I don't know why they exist. They're just there. Like, what even is the point of
that?
cavities? They just rot away from your teeth. Your teeth are beautiful. They're great. How
All
else are
right,
you gonna be able to eat without teeth? Like, I think cavities should
Michael.
just go away.
Michael. I think it's time to stop the bullshit and come forward and be a man.
I am a man.
Come forward and tell the truth,
And
because
even
there's
if I
nothing.
wasn't a man, would there be a problem with that? Officers,
There, there would no
is
be.
there something wrong
There
with
would
being
not
a
be any.
woman? Huh? Are you sexist, officer? You're coming across kind of a bit sexist to me, saying to be a man. What is that supposed to mean?
I'm sorry, Michael. What? We need you to come forward and tell the truth.
I'm telling the truth, and if you don't believe that, why don't you go moonwalk your ass out of here?
Well, is there anything you need to tell me before you come to this case?
I need to tell you one thing. I'm innocent. I don't know what I did wrong while while I was before my deep decade-long slumber, but I think I
Yeah.
did pretty well. And I can't believe
Maybe
that you're trying to slander my name like this.
because, Michael, you have been charged with these crimes, and you have gone missing for 11 years when we were trying to pull out the court case.
It's not it's not
When
my
you were scheduled to go to court to fight this case, you had gone missing.
it's not my fault I'm a heavy sleeper, okay?
I don't think that's, to be honest, I don't think that's true.
Well, what
How could you do 11 years?
I am a heavy sleeper.
All right. Okay, Michael Jackson. You are scheduled to come to court on, hear this, I'll repeat to you again. Wait a minute. Pulling up the file. Okay. Michael, are
Yeah.
you still? All right. You are scheduled to come to court on August 5th, 2020, Wednesday. We
Okay.
have, if you miss the court date or you are pronounced dead again, just in case we do that, we are going to put a chip, a tracking device into you so you do not go anywhere. Do you understand that?
I understand.
If you go missing by that date, we will find you and imprison you for the rest of your life. Because right now you are running on 20 charges of sexual assault. And there's more charges to come because we never heard about. This is the first time I'm being introduced into the Cuba. The Cuban house. But we have no evidence right now, but I will be investigating next week.
Okay, officer. Bet.
So remember this: Wednesday, August 5th, 2020. The
Gotcha.
court case will be 14 hours and 9 minutes long. You will be in and each court case, each period of time would be 5 hours. If you are proven guilty or if you are proven innocent, you'll be let out of your wait a minute here. So we are going to put you in a cell. Do you understand? Michael.
A cell? What do you mean a cell? You're holding me?
So yes, we are going to be hold you under the court law until you have been proven guilty or you have been proven innocent against the court.
But I am innocent.
That's the thing. We have to bring you to court. Maybe you are innocent. We don't know that right now.
I
But
am
right now,
innocent until proven guilty, officer. I'm already innocent.
yes, but you must come to the court date.
I'll come to the court date. What does that have to do with me being held in a jail cell
You
for
have to be
6 months?
held. No, not for 6 months, Michael. You have to be held in the jail cell for 14 hours until you're proven guilty or innocent for your crime. Do you understand?
Okay.
Is there anything you have to say to me before I leave this?
I am innocent. The only little... I don't touch little boys. I mean, I did, but not in a sexual way. I like gave them a pat on the back. I didn't do anything. And I have a quick question.
Yes.
Are you trying to do all this stuff because I'm monosexual?
I am not discriminating you against. This is simply held with the court and the government of the United States
Just
of
because
America.
I'm gynosexual and monosexual?
This has nothing to do with your race and sexuality. This has to do
I
with the
can't believe.
case I'm giving you.
Just
Do you
because
understand?
I believe in heter, heteronorma, heteronormative. I,
Heteronormative.
heteronormative.
Michael, you get yourself a nice night.
I will.
Drink some coffee, have a nice cup of tea, and go to sleep.
I'll go to sleep.
And take a
And I'll
deep breath.
sleep with the little boys that need me.
Michael, I suggest you don't sleep with any more children.
It's not sexual, not in any sexual way. I'll only sleep with them if they want me to sleep with them. If they ask me, I'll always be there to comfort them.
We are watching your house, and if any children had entered your home, then we would know who exactly what you're doing inside your home with the children. If you're doing something illegal with the children, then we have proof against you. I have proof, and you will be arrested immediately.
I would do nothing illegal to children unless it's illegally loving them to the fullest. If that's legal. If me trying to make them happy is illegal, then I guess I'm committing a crime. You can arrest me right here, right now. But that is not illegal. So why don't you let me be free?
I don't know, Michael.
Just because.
It's
Just
not.
because I'm
It's nothing to do. Okay, just stop. We're done now. It's your father's side.
Just because I'm attracted to only one gender? Just because I'm gynosexual being attracted to feminine gender presentation?
Yeah.
Or a bit of androsexual being attracted to masculine gender presentation?